Our Holy Gospel today is from St. Mark, the 5th chapter. When Jesus had crossed again in the boat to the other side, a great crowd gathered around him, and he was by the sea. Then one of the leaders of the synagogue named Jairus came, and when he saw him, fell at his feet, begged him repeatedly, "My little daughter is at the point of death. Come, lay your hands on her so that she may be made well and live." So Jesus went with him. Large crowd followed, pressed in on him. Now, there was a woman who had been suffering from hemorrhages for 12 years. She had endured much under many physicians and had spent all that she had. She wasn't any better, but rather grew worse. She had heard about Jesus, came up behind him in the crowd and touched his cloak, because she said, "If I but touch his clothes, I will be made well." Immediately her hemorrhage stopped, and she felt in her body that she was healed of her disease. Immediately aware that power had gone forth from him, Jesus turned. "Who touched me?" And the disciples said, "You see the crowd pressing in on you. How can you say, 'Who touched me?'" He looked around to see who had done it. But the woman, knowing what had happened to her, came in fear and trembling, fell down and told him the truth. He said, "Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be healed of your disease." While he was still speaking, some people came from the leader's house, said, "Your daughter is dead. Why trouble the teacher any further?" But overhearing what they said, Jesus said to the leader of the synagogue, "Don't fear, only believe." He allowed no one to follow him except Peter, James, and John. That's the brother of James. When they came to the house of the leader of the synagogue, he saw a commotion, people weeping and wailing loudly. When he had entered, he said, "Why do you make such a commotion and weep? The child's not dead, but sleeping." Well, they laughed at him. He put them all outside, took the child's father and mother and those who were with him, and went in where the child was. He took her by the hand and said, "Talitha kum," which means, "Little girl, get up." Immediately the girl got up and began to walk about, because she was 12 years old. At this they were overcome with amazement, and he strictly ordered to tell no one, and then to give her something to eat. Here is the reading of the Holy Gospel.